So we had a friend of ours the other day who said to us, guys, I'm doing about 60 transactions a year, so that's about on average 5 a month, and I want to get to 120 transactions a month. So what did you guys do when you were going from 60 to 120? What do I need to do? He went on to say, like, what do I need to read? Who do I need to surround myself with? Who do I need to hire? What lead sources do I need to have? What do I need to do differently in my business to get from 60 to 120? And I just looked at him and said, I have no idea, I'm out of here. But I'll let Kevin tell you what he told the guy.
Well, I mean, what we had to do first is like we just say, hold on a second, let's back the truck up, okay? Because it's just you right now. Like, by the way, 60 houses a year, monster for one person to do. And I said, well, like, talk to me about the 120. Tell me what it is about 120 that's important to you. Is it because you think there's a certain amount of take-home money that you want to have? It's going to increase your. Like you think it's going to double your take home? Is it because you want to start building a team? Is it because it opens the door to get you qualified for something? So from a status standpoint, what's the purpose of 120? Is it just arbitrarily doubling the business? And what we ended up having to walk them through was, look, there's a lot of different paths here, and we've got to discuss like which path is right for you. If it's trying to make more money, well, you know, the reality is going from 60 to 120, if it requires hiring more people, you might actually not be making more money.
What?
Or at least not making much more money.
That's not what XYZ teacher once said to me from stage, and they were teaching that class, man. They said if I could just double my production, I would instantly double my income.
Yeah, I know that.
Hire some people, double my income. It just works like
just
that,
like that
every time.
Yeah.
No, but so there's something to be said here about what's the motivation. So if it's a dollar amount, why is that important to you?
Yep.
If it's you want to build a team, why is that important to you? So some people want to build a team because they want to bring their family into the business long term. Their kids are getting to the age where they want to get a real estate license the next couple of years. Some people build a team because they want their weekends back and they just don't want to show houses anymore. Some people build a team because they actually don't want to talk to buyers or sellers at all, and they don't really care about the money aspect. They want to make money and stay in business, but they're more interested in the leverage that it provides their family and life because they've already piled away a lot of money. They just want to keep their business going.
Yep.
So why is that important to you is a super huge question to find out.
Yeah, so my guess is if you're listening to this, you're probably you're somewhere in your career, you might actually be that person thinking, how do I double my business? How do I go from 50 or 60 units a year to 100 or 120? Or maybe you've already gone down that road and you've experienced this, right? Maybe it didn't feel so good when you experienced it like we did. But the reality is we're all somewhere, and the important thing is whatever it is that we say that we want, it's important that we get in touch with why we want it, so then we can discover, hopefully through either a mentor or through a coaching relationship or something like that, like what is the best path for me based on what I say that I want. Because saying I want to double to 120, okay, I get it, but I don't think that's really the goal. Yeah. It's either a money goal or a time goal or a status goal, something like that. Well, we got to get clear on that.
And there's no right answer. You just have to do that self-discovery. So if you've ever found yourself wanting to double your business, the question to ask yourself is why. The question to get with your coach on is why are you doing that, right? Yeah. If it's status, then there's literally a lot of ways you can almost buy yourself on lists if you're not concerned with bottom line, so to speak. If it's, that freedom and whatever else, well, then you're not maybe necessarily as concerned with how much you have to spend for a really great admin because you just want a piece of your life back. Yeah. If it's, I want to actually try to double my income, then maybe the number's not 60 to 120 or 30 to 60 in your case. Maybe it's 60 to 200 or 60 to 300. I don't know what that looks like, but if you're currently just maxing out your production and then trying to ask the question, how do I double my income, okay? It may not just be by doubling your production. That's a really important piece here, is that if you're personally maxed out, you're a single individual agent out there, maybe you have a part-time TC or a part-time this or that, but it's not always just double the production will double my income. It doesn't quite work like that. You're going to bring in a cost of sale when you start hiring people. You're going to bring in additional fixed expenses. Yeah. So you got to really sit down and analyze this stuff. So anyway, maybe that wasn't the sexy conversation you were looking for today, because it's not always is, but it's the honest one. And I think it causes us to go a level deeper with our goals and figure out why it is we want what we say we want.
Yep.
So, hey, as you're heading into 2019 this year, start asking yourself, what do you want? But not just what do you want, why do you want it? Let's go a little bit deeper. Maybe comment below so we can interact a little bit as well. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube or somewhere we can interact with you, tell us what your goals are and why you want it. Let's have some dialogue.
See you later.
Have a great day.